For Jazz 88 traffic.
This is 88.5 KBEM FM Minneapolis, St. Paul. Jazz88.fm on the web. We're a listener-supported service of the Minneapolis Public Schools. Danny Sigelman and Minnesota Jazz Tracks.
This is Jazz88, Minnesota Jazz Tracks, starting off the show with McNasty Brass Band. We heard Mellow from McNasty Brass Band. I'm your host, Danny Sigelman. I will be joined by Riley Helgeson from McNasty Brass Band in the second hour of Minnesota Jazz Tracks tonight. Minnesota Jazz Tracks comes to you every Monday, 7 to 9 p.m. here on Jazz 88. We bring you 2 hours of tremendous artists, past and present, and those with Minnesota connections. Minnesota Jazz Tracks is made possible with support from the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Legacy Fund and from support from listeners like you. Jazz88.fm, click on support and become a contributing listener to Jazz 88 and Minnesota Jazz Tracks. As I mentioned, Riley Helgeson will be joining us next hour on Minnesota Jazz Tracks. Riley's a part of McNasty Brass Band. They're performing tomorrow night at the Turf Club. Jazz 88 presents Dance Your Brass Off with the Brass Messengers, McNasty Brass Band, and Brasszilla. We'll be hearing a lot of that later on in the show here on Minnesota Jazz Tracks. Wanted to get to a couple artists performing tonight. B.B. Stafford is over at the Minnesota Hard Bop Collective. We'll be hearing something from him. And Twin Cities' own Ginger Commodore is part of the group performing at the Dakota tonight. They're bringing a tribute to Anita Baker to the stage. Ginger Commodore, Kendra Glenn, and Amy K. Bryant handling the vocal duties in tribute to Anita Baker. That sounds like a lot of fun. We're going to hear Ginger Commodore and her own take on My Favorite Things on Minnesota Jazz Tracks on Jazz 88.
3, 4, 5, 1, 3. Raindrops on roses, whiskers on kittens. Bright copper kettles, warm woolen mittens. Packages tied up with string. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies, crisp apple strudels. Doorbell, sleigh bells, schnitzel with noodles. Wild geese that fly with moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters melt into spring. These are a few of my favorite things. Favorite things.
New music from trumpeter Ella Grace on Jazz 88, Minnesota Jazz Tracks, playing some Minnesota sounds. We claim Ella as our own. She's originally out of Chicago, makes her way to the Twin Cities pretty often, and has been labeled a rising star of the Twin Cities jazz scene. And she's got a release show at Berlin happening March 20th. Her new record, Figments, is on the way. We just heard the track from it called The Alchemist. Looking forward to hearing more from Ella Grace. Pianist Abibi Stafford before that, his project Bayorhythm. Abibi is at the piano tonight as part of the Minnesota Hard Bop Collective, who meets at Metronome Brewery Mondays at 7 p.m. Started off the set with Ginger Commodore. She's about to hit the stage tonight as well at the Dakota. And a tribute to Anita Baker tonight. She performed My Favorite Things on Minnesota Jazz Tracks. More new music on the way from Mina Moore. Really nice single from her. We got some sounds from Nachito Herrera and the original Minneapolis sounds from soul group The Valdons. Singer Leslie Vincent is hitting the stage Thursday night at the Ice House, she's performing with Turn, Turn, Turn. Her latest, Tallying Strangers on Minnesota Jazz Tracks.
How many strangers do I have to meet until you finally make your way to me? How many strangers' eyes do I have to meet until you finally make your way to me? Solitude knocks at my window. She waits for me tonight, yes, but I know you are out there, and I won't settle for less. What signals do I put up in the sky to help you find your way to me? I'm out searching every night. Are you doing the same for me? Knocks at my window, she waits for me tonight. Yes, but I know you are out there, and I won't settle for less. What signals do I put up in the sky to help you find your way to me? I'm out hoping every night I'm scoping. I'm out there every night. Are you doing the same? Ba-da-bita, ba-da-bita, ba-dam-beo, ba-dam-be-dam-beo, bem-be-po, ba-da-dee-da-dee-da, de-do, be-po, ba-da-dee-da-dee. I'm out there by my window looking down at all those strangers passing by. I hope I see your faces in one of those eyes. I'm out there every night and I'm waiting, baby.
Question. When someone refers to the A-pillar on the car, do you know what that is? It's the part that holds the roof to the rest of the vehicle. These pillars hold the windshield in place as well. And sometimes when you pull up to an intersection, the pillar can create a blind spot that can hide a person who's walking. They can even hide another car. To avoid a crash, be sure to shift in your seat to see around it. MnDOT says doing so will keep everyone safe on the roads.
I'd had it for just under 2 years, but it was quickly becoming more expensive to maintain, so I thought instead of go through the hassle of trying to find someone to buy it, I would just donate it to Jazz88. I've always thought that cruising around the Twin Cities is not quite the same without Jazz88 in the background. My name is Andrew, I live in St. Paul, and I donated my 2004 Toyota Prius. I love Jazz88 and I want to see it continue to grow and flourish.
Turn your car into radio programming you love. Get started at jazz88.fm/support.
You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. When the Spirit says sing, you gotta sing right along. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. You gotta shout when the Spirit says shout. You better shout when the Spirit says shout. When the Spirit says shout, you better shout right along. You gotta shout when the Spirit says shout.
you better jump right along. You gotta jump when the Spirit says jump. Oh, you better fly when the Spirit says fly. You gotta fly when the Spirit says fly. When the Spirit says fly, you better fly right along. You gotta fly when the Spirit says fly. La, 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 la. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. You better sing when the Spirit says sing. When the Spirit says sing, you better sing right along. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing.
And this is Minnesota Jazz Tracks on Jazz 88. I was able to debut that track last week. Mina Moore is a vocalist in town. Haven't heard much from her in a while, and she's got a new single on the way. We just heard When the Spirit Says Sing. Before that, the Valdons, a rare 45 from that vocal group, 1971 single from the Twin City Movement label. Pianist Laura Caviani in that set. She performed Boogaloo for Mary Lou. We started off with Leslie Vincent and Tallying Strangers on Minnesota Jazz Tracks here on Jazz 88. I'm your host, Danny Sigelman. We're getting ready for the second hour of Minnesota Jazz Tracks. Coming up, we'll have our special guest tonight, Riley Helgeson. He is part of McNasty Brass Band, who are performing tomorrow night at the Turf Club as part of the Dance Your Brass Off event. So we'll be listening to some music from McNasty Brass Band and talking to Riley about what's happening tomorrow night in the next hour on Minnesota Jazz Tracks. Getting back into the music, pianist Nachito Herrera and Big News on Jazz 88. Saxophonist Doug Little on Minnesota Jazz Tracks. His quartet, circa 2000, featured Little on saxophone, Craig Taborn, the pianist, drummer J.T. Bates, and bassist Jeff Bailey. They brought Special Trip from Little's Subtle Differences record. Master pianist Nachito Herrera and Big News started off the set. We're getting ready for the second hour of Minnesota Jazz Tracks. I'm your host, Danny Sigelman. I'll be joined by Riley Helgeson of McNasty Brass Band in the next hour of Minnesota Jazz Tracks. Beasley's Big Band performed classic big band jazz in the Twin Cities since 1991, and they're doing C-Jam Blues on Minnesota Jazz Tracks.
Programming is supported by the Walker Arts Center. Berlin-based dance maverick Meg Stewart is joined by avant-garde bassist Doug Weiss and experimental pianist Mariana Carvalho to create a live landscape of shared somatic knowledge. See All the Way Around, April 3rd and 4th. Learn more at walkerart.org.
On the next Jazz Night in America, it's Very, Very Threadgill. The saxophonist, flutist, and composer Henry Threadgill turns 82. To celebrate, we head to Harlem Stage for a retrospective curated by Jason Moran. That's next time on Jazz Night in America. I'm Christian McBride.
Tuesday night at 7 after the afternoon cruise on Jazz 88.
School news on Jazz 88. Principal Mai Chang Vu of Anthony Middle School in Minneapolis has been named Minnesota's Middle School Principal of the Year, an honor awarded by the Minnesota Association of Secondary School Principals. Superintendent Dr. Lisa Sales-Adams has more.
She's being recognized for outstanding leadership, fostering positive school environments, and creating strong learning opportunities for students. And now Principal Vu will represent Minneapolis Public Schools at the national level. So just a special congratulations to Principal Vu.
And good evening. You're listening to Jazz 88, and it's time for a Jazz 88 Roads and Weather Update. In Minneapolis, 94 has the right lane closed at Riverside Avenue for bridge work. And in Maple Grove, Highway 610 is reduced to one lane at Zachary Lane for construction activity. Cloudy skies tonight, a low around 35 degrees for the overnight. Looking at a 50% chance of rain tomorrow afternoon with cloudy skies and wind gusts as high as 25 miles an hour tomorrow, a high near 48 for Tuesday. It's listener-driven Jazz 88.
It's the Jazz 88 live music calendar for Monday, presented by Northrop. 5:30, the Masters of Improvisation, Crooners, Minneapolis. 7 o'clock, a tribute to Anita Baker, Dakota, Minneapolis. 7 o'clock, Hard Bop Collective Jazz Workshops, Metronome Brewery, St. Paul. And at 7 p.m., Blues Jam with guitarist Moses Oakland, Midway Saloon, St. Paul. Find more on the live music calendar at jazz88.fm.
This is 88.5 KBEM FM, Minneapolis, St. Paul. Jazz88.fm on the web, a listener-supported service of Minneapolis Public Schools.
Manny O here, reminding you to check out the programming we have from the students and staff of Minneapolis Public Schools, available on demand at mpsvoices.com. It's all under the programs and sports drop-down menus on the site. Find it all at mpsvoices.com.
This is Minnesota Jazz Tracks on Jazz 88. We're gearing up for Fat Tuesday tomorrow, and we are part of a big event that's happening at the Turf Club. Dance Your Brass Off is a Mardi Gras celebration happening tomorrow night at the Turf Club. The Brass Messengers, McNasty Brass Band, and Brasszilla are all performing as part of the event tomorrow. You know, Minnesota likes to represent some New Orleans sounds, and tonight I have my good friend Riley Helgeson with me here tonight. Riley's part of McNasty Brass Band. Welcome to Minnesota Jazz Tracks, Riley.
Thanks, Danny. Great to be here with you.
Yeah, it's very cool. You know, Riley is part of How did the band come to be? Is this something you kind of spearheaded? Because you also play with a lot of other folks in town.
Everyone in McNasty plays with lots of other groups in town.
Yeah.
McNasty is kind of a chance for all of us as side musicians to come together and kind of just be on the front line, be the spotlight on us for a minute, playing our compositions, things like that.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity for you all to come together and get McNasty.
Oh, yeah.
So, Riley, how long has McNasty been rolling then?
We were guest artists at Roseville Area High School last week. And that exact question came up, and we realized it's been 16 years.
16 years?
Oh, my gosh.
Talk about nasty. No, that's cool. I mean, you guys, I'm interested in the kind of a band from the north, from Minnesota, that takes on a kind of traditional New Orleans street band sound, but you kind of still maintain your Midwest roots. What was the inspiration then when you guys started out like 16 years ago?
When we were starting out, it was initially, it was an ensemble at a college, and a big part of that was learning the tradition of New Orleans music.
Yeah.
Just learning as many different songs as possible, trying to get the spirit, trying to just get that energy to come through us and go through our instruments.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually it came to, hey, this is such a blast. Like, we're such a cohesive group. Let's take this outside of the classroom. Let's actually go play rock clubs in the Twin Cities.
Yeah.
And from that started birthing us, rather than playing New Orleans covers exclusively, we started doing our own arrangements, and then we started doing our own compositions. And now we're a band that primarily plays original compositions.
Yeah, you're playing your own stuff. I hear you guys sneak in some covers, though.
We do.
It is part of the tradition of New Orleans street bands to kind of appropriate pop songs into the format or the tradition of a street band. Isn't that kind of a thing?
100% it's a thing. And if you look at the generations of brass bands down in New Orleans, like Rebirth, they had a specific sound that they would make covers of pop tunes for. Dirty Dozen would have their version of that. Then, you get up to like Soul Rebels, the Stooges brass band. They're doing covers of more modern pop tunes. It's an amazing tradition.
And have you guys ever played in New Orleans? Has McNasty made the trek, or do they are you kind of afraid to do that?
We are well overdue to go back down there, but McNasty did go probably 15 years ago.
Okay.
They made their way down there before I was in the band. And
they sent you guys home packing, and you haven't been back since?
I think an experience like that was very well one of the things that kind of opened everyone's eyes and said, hey, we should really do this.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. For sure. No, you guys do a great job. So this event happening tomorrow night, we're going to talk more about it. But you're teaming up with another kind of renowned group in town that plays. How many New Orleans style bands are in town now? I mean, you got yourselves, the Brass Messengers, who are playing tomorrow night. I kind of feel like where would you put them at in kind of the pantheon of types of street bands?
Well, to answer your initial sort of question, there are a lot of brass bands in the Twin Cities, and it's amazing. Mm-hmm. I think the more the merrier. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just such a great tradition, and the only way to spread it is to teach it to other people and have other people come listen to it. You know? So I love Brass Messengers. There's just such a strong sense of community within the band and within their their concert goers, their crowd.
Yeah,
like they have some diehard fans. So it pulls from all sorts of different brass band sounds, not just New Orleans.
Yeah,
you got to come see it. You got to come see it for yourself. It's amazing.
It's a lot of fun. And we're going to play some music from McNasty Brass Band so people can hear what they're in store for tomorrow night. You mentioned some of these new tracks. This is a newer record you guys have put together? When did this drop?
This is our latest release, and it is from August of 2024.
Okay. Yeah. And we're going to hear a song. This is an original, I assume, Duluth?
It's an original, yep, written by Sten Johnson.
Mm-hmm. And you guys get up to Duluth sometimes?
Yeah, we used to play in Duluth very regularly. Mm-hmm. We played there last year as well. We got to come up again this year. Mm-hmm. But this song was written after a particular show in Duluth where, following the show, being the young, rambunctious group that we were like, we'll just drive home right away.
Yeah.
So it was probably 1 a.m. We hop in the car, and then it's a blizzard, and it took us 6.5 hours to get from Duluth back to the Twin Cities.
Man, yeah. That's heavy. And thus the inspiration for the piece, Duluth. It's McNasty Brass Band. Again, tomorrow night at the Turf Club. They'll be dancing their brasses off. You're hearing it here on Minnesota Jazz Tracks.
dreaming the same dream. And I know it might be some time before I get to you. But the waiting will be worthwhile. So one more time. So one more time, yeah.
This is Minnesota Jazz Tracks on Jazz 88. I am your host, Danny Sigelman, and I am joined by my special guest, Riley Helgeson. Actually, we just heard some music featuring Riley, the group, the duo known as Pierpont and Helgeson, recently came out with the record Of Time. We've been playing some of their stuff. Loving it, Riley.
Thanks, man.
The label Secret Stash Records, Riley and Pierpont. Tell us about this project. You know, I know a bit about it, but folks might be kind of surprised with being that you're in a New Orleans street band, but you also do some composition. And would you say you're a multi-instrumentalist as well? Are you playing some of the piano or other instruments in Pierpont and Helgeson? Like, tell us what your role in this group is. Because a lot of the tracks are really different sounding as well. And
absolutely.
We just heard the piece Kaleidoscope, which I'd say is kind of more of like a, I don't know, what would you call that sound?
Like spy film?
Spy film, yeah. Movie soundtrack.
Soundtracking.
But, how did this project come to be, and tell us more about it?
First of all, I'm a trumpet player. That's about it. I will admit, if you listen to that record Of Time, I'm playing the organ on it.
You are?
I'm playing the organ.
I thought so.
Eric and I found all the right sounds, and then we didn't touch a thing. Mm-hmm. We just left it, and I played the melodies.
Yeah.
But I think it sounds really cool. I'm really happy with that record. So Eric and I go way back, just like, you and Eric go way back.
Yeah.
And I say, I'm allowed to say Eric Foss, but Cy Pierpont is his pen name on this record.
Yeah, yeah.
So Eric Foss owns and operates Secret Stash Records, and I used to tour with Sunny Night and the Lakers in that band, which you know very well.
Oh, yeah.
Were you the band manager?
Those were great. I think I drove the van one night.
What an honor. What an honor. So we have a long history of playing together in that group, touring, just being in some really intimate moments together,
Yeah,
He's a musical brother for sure.
Yeah.
And Sunny passed. The band didn't really make music together following that. It just didn't feel right without Sunny. And eventually, Eric and I just started talking again about getting together, writing some music, just having no expectations, seeing what happens.
Yeah.
And we wrote music for almost 3 years before we kind of hit a point where we're like, oh, well, maybe, we kind of struck something sound-wise.
Yeah.
Why don't we turn this into a record?
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a lot more tracks that don't quite have this sound that led up to this sound that are in existence. So it's just been a fun composition project.
Yeah, and almost an experiment of like starting something and seeing where it takes you and kind of letting the music take you there.
Yeah, it's great. It's an opportunity to be fully creative, no expectations, no deadlines, no criteria from anyone else. And, what I'm finding as I get older, opportunities like that become less and less unless you create them for yourself.
Yeah, and allow yourself to be open for them. That's very cool. Before that, we heard new music that Riley just hit me to. David Feely, his new Thunderground EP. And we played the title track from that EP. And you have a relationship with David? You play with him at all? Or
yeah, David and I get to play together occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
He's also a really good trumpet player.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't tell anyone.
And does he teach you guitar at all? How are you on the guitar? Do you even try?
Oh, I don't try. No, I don't play guitar. No. Leave that to
the
folks
guitarist.
Like David.
But David, maybe you could give him some trumpet lessons.
No, he doesn't need them. He's good.
It started off the set with McNasty Brass Band tonight and the piece Duluth. Again, McNasty Brass Band are part of the event tomorrow night. Jazz88 presents Dance Your Brass Off at the Turf Club, featuring McNasty Brass Band, the Brass Messengers, and Brasszilla. Ooh, they sound scary. It's a Mardi Gras party, Fat Tuesday. Have you ever been to New Orleans for Mardi Gras?
Nope, I've never made it down this time.
Yeah. No, that's on the to-do list, perhaps.
Yes.
But you're going to be bringing Mardi Gras to the Turf Club. And What can people expect tomorrow night?
Well, what I'm most excited about is that the space of the Turf Club and downstairs in the Clown Lounge are both being utilized. It's always a good time when there's music happening in the Clown Lounge. Show up, kitchen will be open, grab some food, have some drinks, and 3 brass bands in one night. McNasty has never played a show in the Twin Cities with 3 brass bands on the bill. So there's going to be a lot of energy. Eat your food, but not so much you can't dance.
Yeah, you guys going to do a second line throughout the club? Is that how it works? You going downstairs and then up the...
Good question. At this point, 3 brass bands, 2 performance spaces. I think anything is possible.
Anything is possible, for sure. We're excited for that. We're excited to have Riley with us here on Minnesota Jazz Tracks tonight. And I think we'll play another tune from McNasty Brass Band. And you guys going to be doing any more recording this year, do you think?
Good question. We're always so hungry for new music.
Yeah.
So right now, I can confidently say we're in like a writing phase. We just had a great gig at Turf Club 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Super happy with it. This one's going to be great too. And then we're just going to take a minute, not too long, but sit back, rehearse, write some new music, rehearse some new music, and come back with some fresh stuff whenever our next show may be.
Very cool. We're going to hear Hindsight 2020 for McNasty Brass Band on Minnesota Jazz Tracks here on Jazz 88. And that was Brasszilla on Minnesota Jazz Tracks. We heard Night Train from Brasszilla. Before that, Brass Messengers and a piece called Balmy. They're both part of tomorrow night's Dance Your Brass Off at the Turf Club. Started off the set with McNasty Brass Band here on Jazz 88 and Minnesota Jazz Tracks. I have Riley Helgeson from McNasty Brass Band here tonight. Riley's joining us, and hey, I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to do like an interview over here with you, Riley. Yeah, I'm trying to tell the folks about the show tonight, and Riley just won't let go with the trumpet over here. It seems to be practicing while we're supposed to be doing an interview. I'm not really sure. Is it something I said? I mean, some of these horn players, you can't get them to stop playing. And I guess that's the wonderful thing about tomorrow night at the Turf Club. Dance Your Brass Off with McNasty Brass Band, Brass Messengers, and Brasszilla. And Riley, I would say goodbye to Riley, but he's too busy over there playing the trumpet, apparently. So thanks for coming in, Riley.
Thanks, Danny. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
And there he goes, Riley Helgeson of McNasty Brass Band. Again, tomorrow night's the big night. Dance Your Brass Off with us at the Turf Club. You're listening to Minnesota Jazz Tracks. Time for a check-in with Phil Nussbaum and Twin Cities Weekend. Saturday night, the Cedar Cultural Center presents a group of artists commissioned to create new musical work. It'll be the second Cedar Commissions show from 7:30 till about 11 o'clock. Saturday night, Phil Nussbaum talked with two of the artists performing February 21st, Mikey Margit and Valentine Lowry Ortega. But first, we hear from John Marks, Operations Director of the Cedar, who tells us why the Cedar puts on the Cedar Commissions every year.
Now the clock on the wall says 11:30. Give a minute or two. When the little and the big can meet at 12, I want to see the last of you. I know I said I loved you, but tonight, my honey dear, 3 other words are on my mind. You're out of here.
They have a wonderful conversation on stage, a musical conversation. Even though he might not be speaking, you know that they know where the other one's going to be going because they've been working together for so long. And that's one of the beauties of watching a couple perform, is that they know each other so well they can finish each other's sentences, but they can also finish each other's songs.
It's kind of ironic that they've been together so long, romantically and professionally, that the song you brought that they might be singing at the Sweetheart Show isn't really that promising.
Yes, every couple that's in this show, there are 5 different couples, 4 of which will be doing musical acts. Each couple has a different little take on how they're going to approach love songs on the Sweethearts Show. And this couple has a song, yes, that definitely is about the opposite of falling in love.
Take your books and your bike and your Barca lounger. Leave the table and chairs. Keep your big mouth shut or I'll tell you what. You're gonna feel your butt bounce down the stairs. No time for explanations or one more German beer. Put down the chips and read my lips. You're out of here. Go, damn you, go, and then you're crying. No reminders of the tender kiss you won't be supplying. Book the plaza, sleep in the park, or ring up that blonde cashier. Stay wherever you want to. You're out of here.
You're out of here. Not exactly romantic, but an ironic song by Maud Hickson and Rick Carlson from the Sweetheart Show. Jennifer, you've been married to Joe Cruz a long time, and what you were saying about Maud and Rick could apply to you and Joe. You're the singer, he's the accompanist, and the total package always seems unified. But is that how you experience it?
Well, I feel like it's sort of a peanut butter and jelly situation where, each one is its own feature. Joe is an incredible one-man show, and I have my own bag of tricks that I bring to the stage. So when you get the two of us on stage, it really is something else because the two of us, we love each other, of course, and we're both very passionate about what we do individually. But yeah, when you get us together, it's a brand new element on the periodic table, that's for sure.
Why did you choose for our little radio show right here the song Bésame Mucho?
Bésame Mucho, first of all, I love singing any songs in Spanish, but it does feature Joe's passionate Latin style of guitar playing, which he's such an expert at.
Joe is certainly doing a lot of that lately, but I want to drop back to something you said a minute ago. Why do you like singing in Spanish?
I've always been a mimic. I love to, people hire me and I love to be involved in many genres of music. So I do impressions of other singers in one of my shows that I do. And one of the things that I love to do is sing other languages because I really like to get into the sounds and the way the vowels are formed in any given language. So for me, it's really, really fun to sing in any language. But in this romantic type of show, Spanish is the way to go. So passionate.
Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo a perderte después.
Jennifer, earlier on this little show, we had Maude Hickson and Rick Carlson, piano and voice, and Deb Brown and Brian Zimniak, similar piano and voice. But their style is a bit different than the previous one.
I think so. They both live in an R&B world, but also in a rock world. And so a little bit of a different flavor of the songs that they choose, which is why I'm so excited that they're part of the show this year. And you'll get to hear, Deb Brown, who's been with the Soul Tide Committee in town, and she's sung for years here. Brian Zimniak, an incredible piano player who plays with Dr. Mambo's Combo and has his own group, BZ3, which is an instrumental group, jazz, prog rock, just fantastic piano player. They are a delight to listen to and to see perform together.
I get up and nothing gets me down. You got it tough. I've seen the toughest around. And I know, baby, just how you feel. You got to run and get to what's real. Can't you see me standing here? I got my back against the record machine. I ain't the worst that you've seen. Can't you see what I mean?
On the Sweetheart Show, one more couple performing, Amy and Boyd Lee.
Amy Lee and Boyd Lee are an incredible duo. Boyd Lee has been performing for decades in town, as has Amy, and they have their own larger shows that they do. You might have seen them in the Carpenter show that they have, or the Forever Everly show that they have, and it's really fun. They don't do a lot of just the two of them as a couple, so this is a really unique opportunity to see these two powerhouses have a romantic moment and see them bring their own special singular talents to the stage.
We should also make mention of the hosts for this, Dennis Curley and Jim Robinson, because the way they serve as hosts, it's really kind of like an act.
It is. Well, I've brought them on because they are both very funny gentlemen. They're part of the theater community here in town, and they too are a couple, of course. And when they get there every year so far, what they've done is canvass the audience, find out some little stories, tidbits, favorites from the couples that might be watching the show. And I don't know what they're going to do this year, but I'm always interested, and it's always delightful and definitely funny.
The Sweetheart Show comes to Crooners and Fridley Saturday, February 14th, Valentine's Day at 5 and 8. And for information, it's croonersmn.com. On Sunday, February 15th, the show was staged at Chanhassen Dinner Theater at 7 p.m. Ticket information at chanhassendt.com. This program is made possible by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. Bill Nussbaum speaking.
One day I'll catch you on the rebound. Take a 20 if you wish, but don't yell, you'll frighten the fish. Hop two, you got 10 seconds to grab a clue. I know I swore that I loved you, but tonight I'm even more sincere when I say so long, you're out of here.
Jazz88 presents Dance Your Brass Off, a Mardi Gras celebration featuring Twin Cities horn talent from the Brass Messengers. Also performing McNasty Brass Band and Brasszilla. Show starts at 7. Entry is 21 plus. Dance Your Brass Off, presented by Jazz88 at the Turf Club and Clown Lounge, Fat Tuesday, February 17th. Tickets at axs.com. Jazz88's Frank Ingdahl Fund, established in memory of jazz musician, MPS educator, and one of KBEM's founders, Frank Ingdahl, provides funding to support the salaries and administration of our student intern program. To keep this valuable program thriving, contribute today by going to jazz88.fm/support and clicking on the Frank Ingdahl Fund.
Deep rhythm captivates me. Hot rhythm stimulates me. I cannot help but swing it, boy. Swing it, brother, swing. Don't stop a diddle-daddle. Stop that foolish prattle. Come on, swing, McGee. Swing it, brother, swing. Raring to go. And there ain't nobody gonna hold me down. Well, swing me, boy. Hurry up, don't stop me. Let me go to town. Don't stop a diddle-daddle. Stop this foolish prattle. Come on, swing, McGee.
Saxophonist Steve Clark and the Working Stiffs on Minnesota Jazz Tracks on Jazz 88 tonight. Swing, brothers, swing. They'll be swinging at the Wabasha Street Caves. Thursday night, looks like they'll be swinging at the Eagles on the 13th of March. So Steve Clark and the Working Stiffs, always busy out and about in the Twin Cities. Your host, Danny Sigelman on Minnesota Jazz Tracks. We are winding things up here. 2 hours of Minnesota music every Monday night, 7 to 9 p.m. here on Jazz 88. Stay tuned at 9 o'clock as we turn things over to Jazz at MPS, featuring a brand new recording and performance from the South High School Modern Jazz Band, Concert Band, and Percussion Ensemble. There's even some like punk rock bands from South High School this week on Jazz at MPS. That's coming up at 9. Then at 10 o'clock tonight, Judy Carmichael's Jazz Inspired welcomes Elaine Elias, leading you with the BZ3 organ trio. It's called Epsilon on Minnesota Jazz Tracks. Have a great night.
Looking for your next night out? Check out the Jazz 88 live music calendar presented by Northrop. It's an easy way to see who's playing and where, from intimate neighborhood clubs to the big stages. If you're a musician, you can even submit your own events. Never miss your favorite artists with the Jazz 88 live music calendar. On air and online at jazz88.fm.
Performers of many music traditions live right here. Learn where and when to catch them on Twin Cities Weekend. Phil Nussbaum here. See you tonight during Minnesota Jazz Tracks.
This is Minneapolis Washburn High School student Ani, and you're listening to MPS School News. I recently sat down with the Nordic ski team captain and a member, Alma and Zoe, to talk about the future events and personal aspirations towards skiing.
I think my favorite memory is from last year when we went on the team trip. I just had a really good time bonding with the other members of the team.
To hear my full interview with the Nordic ski team captain and member, Zoe and Alma, visit the School News podcast at mpsvoices.com.
And good evening. You're listening to Jazz 88, and it's time for a Jazz 88 roads and weather update. In Minneapolis, 94 has the right lane closed at Riverside Avenue for bridge work. And in Maple Grove, Highway 610 is reduced to one lane at Zachary Lane for construction activity. Cloudy skies tonight, a low around 35 degrees for the overnight. Looking at a 50% chance of rain tomorrow afternoon with cloudy skies and wind gusts as high as 20.